and to get us started in earnest on this journey is the Sustainable Development pioneer himself. As Secretary General of the United Nations, he has worked relentlessly to better the conditions for people and planet. And he's been a champion of the UN Global Compact. I could not be more honored to introduce His Excellency, the UN Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon.
Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished business leaders of the United Nations Global Compact, dear young students, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to join you for the 2016 UN Global Compact Leaders Summit. I warmly welcome all the participants who have come to the United Nations today from the world's business, civil society, labor, and academia, as well as many young people who are here in force. All of you are leaders in the campaign for a world without poverty, a thriving planet, a vibrant and inclusive global economy, and a life of dignity for all. This is the vision of the Sustainable Development Goals agreed upon by all the member states of the United Nations September last year. Last year's adoption of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, together with the historic Paris Agreement on climate change, sent a powerful message far and wide. We cannot continue on our current course. We need new ways of living that will end the suffering, discrimination, and lack of opportunity that defines the lives of billions of people around the world, and that drive instability and conflict. The solutions must involve everyone, from world leaders and chief executives to educators and philanthropists. We must work together across sectors and industries in broader and deeper partnerships. Sustainable development cannot be separated from fighting the impact of climate change. The Paris Agreement will reinforce climate action and make important contributions to realizing the Sustainable Development Goals. A holistic development model will take climate impact and fragile ecosystems into account and will benefit both people and the planet. Trillions of dollars will be invested in infrastructure in the coming years. Governments and the private sector must align their investment, your investment, and infrastructure decisions with the Sustainable Development Goals, and with the goal of limiting global temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius. If possible, we must strive to lower it down to 1.5 degrees centigrade. The Paris Agreement and the SDGs give the private sector an unprecedented opportunity to create a clean energy, climate-resilient, sustainable economies. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a decisive moment in the shift to sustainable and inclusive markets. 2 steps are essential. The first, we need to mobilize the global business community as never before. All businesses everywhere can and should play a role in improving our world. That starts with integrity, doing business right. I have seen firsthand the power of UN Global Compact's 10 principles on human rights, labor, environment, and anti-corruption. They are helping thousands of companies contribute to sustainability. I ask each of the corporate leaders here and entrepreneurs to renew your commitment to principled business and speak up for the UN Global Compact. Second, innovation will be crucial. I urge you to take advantage of the new markets and solutions that are emerging, to set corporate goals inspired by the SDGs, and to let sustainability drive innovation and investment. As a starting point, the UN Global Compact launched a search for entrepreneurs and change makers who can play a pivotal role. Today, I'm honored to announce the 2016 Global Compact SDG pioneers. Please join me in congratulating Carrie Adler of Canada, Zubaida Bai of India, Farzana Chaudhry of Bangladesh, Sonia Favaretto of Brazil, Liang Xiaohui of China, Patrick Angovi of Tanzania, Klaus Stig Pedersen of Denmark, Ulysses Savara of Brazil, Dina Sharif of Egypt, and Ulysses Smith of the United Nations. I call on 10 SDG pioneers to please stand up so that we can thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. And I count on your strong commitment and engagement. But I think even though I announced 10 pioneers, you are all champions and you are all pioneers. And thank you very much for your strong engagement. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Global Compact is uniquely prepared and positioned to help businesses seize the opportunities of the SDGs era. The Compact's 80 local networks are the ideal launching pad for campaigns to turn global goals into local business. Achieving the SDGs will require unprecedented cooperation and extraordinary leadership. And it will require us each to be a pioneer forging ahead into new territory. That means taking personal and corporate responsibility for how we do business and who we choose as our staff and partners. It means taking stock of our decisions as consumers and investors. It also means raising our voices and taking a stand when it matters. The United Nations Global Compact is the forum to make all this happen. In my 10 years as Secretary General, we have come a long way. The Global Compact was established under my predecessor, Kofi Annan, and I am very encouraged by its significant expansion during my time in office during the last 9 years and plus. Together, we have helped to put corporate sustainability on the map. The United Nations Global Compact now has over 13,000 signatories in 165 countries. Congratulations, and I thank you for your strong engagement and commitment. I congratulate you all on this enormous success. Institutional investors representing an astonishing $60 trillion in assets have signed up to the UN-supported Principles for Responsible Investment. Over 600 business schools are committed to teaching according to the Principles for Responsible Management education. The Global Compact's Caring for Climate initiative is now the largest coalition of businesses actively engaging on climate. Global Compact action platforms are providing ways for business to engage the United Nations on issues from peace and security to women's empowerment and the rule of law. I hope and expect my successor to back you as enthusiastically as I have been. Thank you. Together, we have shown this responsible business must be part of the solution to the global challenges we face. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, now we must have the courage and determination to turn aspiration of the Sustainable Development Goals into action for the better future we want. I thank you for your leadership and your strong engagement and commitment. I thank you very much.